Alright, YouTube, welcome back. As promised, I've got the Pentium 4 2.8 system, and my goal today is to get this system operational with my high-definition TV here, my Sony Bravia 49-inch, so that I can work on this system and get it powered up. So, as mentioned in my previous video, I have a adapter here I'm going to use that will allow me, I really don't even need to put that much cord. I've got a VGA adapter that connects here, if I get it on the right way, and screw it in. And then I've got an audio connector that goes into the output here, which is awesome. And then I've got a USB connector because this device is powered, so I really don't need all that much room here because the USB is right there on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and tie it up. Go. We'll make it a little bit neater and put it back here. Now, I also have a wireless keyboard and mouse, so I am going to plug in the wireless mouse, and I'm really wondering if I should put these in the front and if they would cause problems with each other. So I've got a Logitech wireless keyboard, and I've got just a generic wireless mouse, but definitely will help me as I work on this system. And where is my wireless keyboard? Right here. My son Zachary gave this to me, so this will come in handy. I'm thinking I'm going to put these connectors in the front just to make sure it connects better. Alright. We're back. At any rate, I've got just about everything hooked up here on the computer. I'm going to spin this computer around. Wow, is this thing ever heavy? Ugh. And plug in the power. Alright, everything's hooked up, but got to plug in my Wi-Fi mouse and my Wi-Fi keyboard. And we need to turn on the mouse, turn on the keyboard, and I'm going to move the camera because we're ready to see if we can get everything to come up on the TV. I'm going to lower the tripod just a little bit, so give me a few seconds. Alright, much better. So what we're going to be testing here again is we've got this standard HP Compact tower system, Pentium 2.8 gigahertz. I've got the VGA out connected to a converter device that converts my VGA connection to an HDMI connection, which is now connected to my Sony Bravia TV, which I'm going to turn on now. And nobody's watching Netflix. I'm going to change my input. I put it on HDMI 1. So I'm hoping this is going to work, and we're going to give this the old college try. Alright, if this works and the system has been tested, it should boot up to Windows XP. So I'm going to move over to the computer, everything's plugged in. I have a keyboard plugged in directly just in case I run into trouble. I'm hoping my USB Wi-Fi keyboard and mouse will work just fine, but we'll see. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, power. And she's coming up. Hard drive is booting. Still saying no signal on HDMI 1. Let's see. So it is booting, but nothing on HDMI 1. Okay, so let's just check and make sure I was on the right input. So it's not showing any of my other HDMIs being live. So I'm going to go through them and just check each one. I didn't think it was that one. HDMI 3, maybe? Nope. I'm pretty sure it's not the HDMI 4. Oh, it is. My mistake. I was on the wrong connector. Happy day. So we have Windows. Now, is my Wi-Fi mouse working? I was a little worried about this. I was afraid that maybe my connection of the mouse and keyboard might be too close together to each other, and it might not work. I'm not getting a mouse. Am I getting my keyboard? No, I'm getting neither. I'm wondering if those USB ports are even connected. So over here on the computer, I've plugged in my two USB devices here and here for my keyboard and mouse. I'm wondering if, for whatever reason, they're not working on the front. So I'm going to switch those to the back and see if I get better success. So I'm going to pause for just a second. Okay, so I switched the two USB keys for my Wi-Fi keyboard and mouse to the back, and the hard drive started chattering right away, but I still do not have mouse and keyboard control yet. Let's try again. Oh, there's my mouse. I have a feeling those front ports are unplugged for whatever reason. So let's find out how large. I was under the impression that I could actually do a pretty high resolution on this. 1920 by 1440, 16 by 12. Well, okay, we're just going to go for the gusto here. We're going to try 1920 by 1440, but it looks like, yeah, if I go beyond 1600 by 12, I have a problem with. So what I'd like to do is set this for a higher resolution. I'd like to see all the possible resolution settings because, yeah, list all modes. So this thing can do quite a few different modes, many of which aren't even listed. So the highest that I can go up to true color is 1600 by 1200. Well, I'll try it. Let's see what happens. Okay, well, yeah, the TV can do it, but everything's so tiny you can't even see it. You can't really see what's going on here, so I'm going to move the mouse around. That's the edge of the TV there, and then over here is the edge of the TV. So on the one hand, yes, I do have higher resolution, but oh my gosh, you can barely see it. So I'll have to figure that out. Oh, let's see here. Let's do, since I can't really read it. Nope. Can it do 1024 by 768? Yes. Can it do 1280 by 1024? Yes. So, not necessarily the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, but hey, what the heck, right? So I don't know if this is a clean install. I have a feeling it is because it's basically telling me that I have to register, which I think is really funny. I need to register Windows in the next 12 days for activation. So I'm thinking if I really do want to keep this version of XP on here, I'm going to have to register it, which is no big deal. I have several Wi-Fi connections, but I'm missing the drivers for my Wi-Fi connector. Whoops. Let's go back to general. So as you can see, we have a P4 version 2002 Home Edition Service Pack 1, 2.79 gigahertz, 1.99 gigabytes of RAM. I'm tempted. No, well, yeah, I could. I have some USB sticks for Windows 8. I'm tempted to go ahead and see if I can jump this thing up to Windows 8, but I'd hate to ruin the Windows XP installation since I already have it, which means I'm going to have to locate drivers for the Wi-Fi because I'm pretty sure the USB Wi-Fi that I have is not going to work. Now, I'm wondering if my keyboard's working. I'm going to hit the escape key. Oh, I turned it back off. So I'll hit escape. Yay! My Wi-Fi keyboard is working as well. So that's pretty exciting. Always nice to be able to sit in the easy chair and work on this computer. So I guess I have a debate here. Do I want to just go ahead and upgrade this to Windows, well, do an install of Windows 8 right away, or 8.1, or do I want to hold off and save my Windows XP? Personally, I think I'm going to go with save Windows XP because I want to have at least that operating system on here. So let me locate my Wi-Fi connector. See if I can find that. Found it. Okay. It's funny, you know, I have 4 available ports back here, and I've already got every one of them in use. So I'm definitely going to have to figure out those front Wi-Fi connectors and see if I can figure out why they're not working. Okay. So I just plugged in my Wi-Fi connector. It's an old Netgear end that I have. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not with how dark it is, but it's sticking out right at the end, right here. So it's asking me for drivers, and unfortunately I'm pretty sure that I do not have drivers for it. So we'll go next. I can't connect to the internet right this minute, but you know what I'm going to do? Heck with it. I'm going to get my wired connection off of my eMac. And we're going to go ahead and get this connected. Trusty wire. And we'll let it search the internet. So I will need this connection back for my eMac. So, connect and search for the software on the internet. Why not? beep, huh? You know what that tells me? There are no drivers installed for Windows XP. So this must be a clean install of XP. All right then. We're going to launch Windows Exploder, and also what I like to call Windows Destroyer. Yeah, I bet it doesn't have an internet connection because it probably has 0 drivers on here. I'm betting you. Can't find device. How about device manager, huh? All programs. It's been a while since I've used Windows XP. So I don't even know where to find device manager. How embarrassing. Well, we'll find out. How about control panel? Computer management, which I really don't think it is, but no. Yeah, I can't remember where device manager is anymore. Or even if it has one. Shared folders there, right there. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Well, this thing has no drivers whatsoever, but I do want to save Windows XP because there may be software that I want to run on here. I mean, why not, right? I'm going to have 3 hard drives in it. So yeah, it doesn't have sound, it has nothing. And I'm probably going to have to download individual components, which is kind of a bummer. And I can't do it right on the system. Man, I'm really tempted to wipe this and put Windows 8 on it and let Windows 8 dictate what happens, and then download all my drivers, and on one of the other disks put Windows XP. Why make things difficult? I'll just go locate these drivers right here and get those all set up. So give me a second. I'm going to find the drivers, put them on a USB key, and I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. I'm in the process of copying the drivers from my Lenovo Linux PC to a thumb drive, and unfortunately I chose the slowest thumb drive I've ever owned, which is just awful. But I found pretty much everything drivers-wise that I need. So I'm disconnecting it right now. And I don't know why. There we go. Waiting for the mouse to respond again. Okay, well, I've just got about every USB port in use, don't I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy. Already running out of USB ports. That didn't take very long. I'm going to try this front port again, but I think I'm going to have to fix it because... No, it recognized the thumb drive. So I may be in luck. Hooray! I'm just wondering how many drivers I can install before I have to do a reboot. Let's find out. So here's the sound card. I have to say this system is extremely fast. Of course, you know, what more do I expect? Can you hear the hard drive going? Whopping ATA 140 gig hard drive. Guess I can close these. I have the graphics drivers too, so I'm really hoping I can get a much better. We'll go and do this one. Yeah, this is the graphics driver. I'm hoping I can get a 16:9 ratio on this screen. For being a analog conversion to digital, it looks great. I'm actually really impressed. Kind of hoping I can watch YouTube videos and things like that as well. That would be really nice. Welcome to the Found New Hardware Wizard plug and play monitor. We will be ignoring the plug and play monitor. I'm going to say no to restart again. And let's do, I think this is the Broadcom. Yeah. This thing has a gigabit Ethernet on it. This is so awesome. For this computer, it's definitely a business computer. Very impressed. I've seen newer computers that still have 100 megabit hardware Ethernet in it. So file transfer wise over my cable there to and from another computer would be pretty good. All right, we'll do the driver installer. And we shall say next. I guess I should accept the license terms. I always get annoyed. I guess I shouldn't, but just to use a driver for a piece of hardware that I already own, I have to accept their agreement. And boy, do they have an exclusive and comprehensive agreement of information. So I don't know. My keyboard and mouse did not work on the front ports, but they work just fine on the back ports. Maybe they'll work now. I really don't know, because my 8 gigabyte thumb drive that I'm installing all this software from worked perfectly fine on the front port. Maybe I can transfer some of the devices to the front. Also, on the HP website, there were plenty of Windows 98 drivers for this computer, so I'm excited about that. So, whoops, we don't want to do that. It's kind of hard to click this mouse, but I'm trying. I'm going to do an extract all to the default location on a very, very slow thumb drive. So yeah, this computer, USB 2.0, gigabit Ethernet driver, really a very capable business machine for the time period. I know some locations where these things are still being used, so I'm actually surprised. I just want the driver only. I like Windows to control driver activity. Yeah. Thanks. So they had this newer version, and it said it supported Windows 10. And now they're telling me that's not going to work. Hello? Probably going to be told the same thing. So I'm probably going to have to go back and grab an older version of the driver. Anyway, on Netgear's website, it doesn't tell you which version of the OS their driver works with. Oops. So I clicked too many times due to my impatience. And this OS is not supported. Please install this software in Windows XP Service Pack 2 or higher. It is Service Pack 2. Install it in Service Pack 2 or higher, even though you have Service Pack 2 or higher. Well, anyway, we'll install the chipset. We'll accept. Next. Next. Maybe the chipset will give me some speed advantages as well as supporting all the other peripherals. I'm going to eject my USB drive because I really need to find a driver for that WNA 1100 card that will work. And I don't want to restart yet, even though this computer seems to be extremely fast. Ah, yes. Alright. So I'm going to go find those other drivers, and I'll be right back. Alright. Apologize for the bump there. We're back. I plugged in my portable drive, my USB thumb drive once again, and hoping it's going to show up. So far it hasn't. Let me see. It's not the greatest of thumb drives, but it's 8 gigabytes and it does work. So I downloaded the last 3 driver sets, last 4. The first one, of course, we tried didn't work, the 2.2.0.1. So I'm going to go with the next version down. And I'm kind of hoping that this one will work, because I'd rather go with as new as possible than put in an older driver. So let's see what happens. Extracting does take a little while, unfortunately. Alright, it's done. So, standalone. Come on, you can work. Alright. Looks more promising. No complaints yet. Alright, so I've got my Wi-Fi driver now. And there is my connector. I'm going to use my super cool Wi-Fi keyboard and put in my password. Confirm it, huh? Fine. Needs to be 40. Use of a network key WEP, huh? Well, you know what? We don't use WEP. So please tell me you're actually, yeah. WPA, there we go. Data encryption. I don't remember. I'm going to say it's AES. I honestly can't remember. And authentication, I'll just leave all that the same. Electric eye, okay. Okay, so Let's see if this works. So this driver's so old, it's basically set automatically for WEP. And connect. Depending on your network, this can be entered as 5 or 13 ASCII characters, 40 bits or 104 bits. The wireless network requires the use of a network key, WEP. Okay, but we just went and we clicked Electric Eye, my network, went into advanced. So I guess configure. Network authentication is WPA. I guess we can try TKIP. We'll try PEEP. Maybe that'll make a difference. And then OK. I'm going to remove this, I guess. And then OK. And we're going to try to join this network again. So I just said connect. It says I'm now connected and signal strength is low. Curious that I didn't enter a password, so I guess we'll run IE. Maybe it took my password from before. I guess it remembered it, but well, let's just find out. I don't have any security software on this, so I don't want to do too much browsing. Stay current with automatic updates. I think I'll just download the service pack. We are definitely online. I do want to do a reboot. I want to unplug the physical cable. So I'm going to go ahead and initiate a reboot. Now. Got my sound. And I'm going to unplug the Broadcom cable to the gigabit connection because I need that for my eMac anyway. Alright, let's see what we get. It has the funniest boot up sound. It just sounds like it's dying. That boop. I mean, it just sounds awful. So I'm hoping with the video drivers installed, we can now get 800 by, well, not 800 by 600. You know, like 720p, something where I can get the benefit of the entire TV. I don't even have to ask. It's done. Check it out. It's now running in 1080p. There we go. I'm going to see if... I really don't want to push 1080p because if I don't have to, I won't. So let's look in properties. Let's find out what it is running at. 1920 by 1080. Wow. Okay, so if that's the case, before I say I shouldn't run it in 1080p, uh-oh. Here go our troubles. I've got a speed of 65 megabits on my Wi-Fi. It also claims I am connected. No joy there. Internet Explorer cannot open the search page. Windows was unable to find a certificate to log you into the network Electric Eye. Well, here's the thing, buddy. You need to ask me for the password. So basically, I can see the connection, but I have not yet been able to connect to it. View available wireless networks, Electric Eye. We're going to try the key one more time, I guess. Wonder what this does. network password needs to be basically a web key. It keeps going on and on about that. Okay, go away, come back over here. So I wasn't browsing the internet at all. All I was doing was look, I have WPA, okay? Our data encryption is not web. I think I'll turn the firewall on while I'm here. Probably a bad idea. All right. One or more wireless networks. And once again, so if I go into advanced and I want to configure it, it does say WPA AES. I guess I can check and see if it's TKIP. I don't think it's PSK. I don't know. I honestly can't remember. So it's asking for the key here. Let's try it here. Maybe it was WPA PSK. Go get 'em, Tiger. Get me on my network. You know, I'm just not impressed. Connect. So the minute I try to connect, I get the one or more wireless networks are available. Let's do advanced again. Configure. So if it doesn't like something, it basically just goes back to WPA and web. So clearly Windows it just can't handle. Got too excited too fast, and I went and plugged my cable back into the eMac. Okay, so yeah, the Windows XP is too stupid. So I guess we'll attempt. We need driver 2.102, and this is a fairly recent driver. Standalone's worthless because I don't know if it's accepting my clicks or what's going on. Okay. Okay, this OS is not supported. I'm in the wrong driver, aren't I? Yes, I am. No, I wasn't. Version 2.1.02, version 2.2.0. We did this. Oh, that's interesting. So standalone version 1.1.0.2, setup version 2.1.0.2. Huh. Well, so that one doesn't work. I guess I could install. I will extract this one. Just kind of going back to older versions of the driver until I find one that actually works. The driver works, but the supporting software isn't. And that's kind of what I need, apparently. Okay, here we go. We're going to try again. So apparently I need the entire interface. Please install this software in Windows XP Service Pack 2 or higher. So I'm going to go to Properties. Now it all becomes apparent. I was thinking this was Service Pack 2, but it's not. It's Service Pack 1. So, bummer. I'm going to have to put my network cable back on and download. I guess I'll just get the latest Service Pack and see if I can get it going from there. then try and install the driver and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to get my network cable back over here. All right. This is literally my third time trying to record this. I'm just hoping this is going to work. I'm running out of memory on my storage card and my phone. So basically what's happened is because this computer is Service Pack 1, this browser is essentially worthless and can't do anything, and I can't load any new browsers because I'm not on the newest Service Pack. So I'm going to go find a new Service Pack and on another computer and install it on this computer. So the next time I come back, I'll have Service Pack 3 or 4 on here. I'm also going to do on the other 40 gigabyte drive probably a Windows 8 or newer install. I have an 8.1 install I'll probably do. And may in the future upgrade it to Windows 10. And then I have a 500 gigabyte drive I'm going to put in here, and I will put on the 500 gigabyte drive first Windows 98, and then I think I'll save a part of it for a Linux installation. So I'll have about 4 operating systems on this computer. It'll definitely be a multitask, but its primary purpose will be the gaming. So pretty excited, pretty geeked. I hate to see the software limitations, but you know, what do we expect after all with Windows XP? It's a pretty old operating system. It's 2016 after all. I really like though that this machine is so capable. It seems to be very snappy and can run quite a few different operating systems. I think it'll do just fine. So thank you for watching, and consider this part 1 of the Pentium 2.8 gigahertz gaming PC at fast gas.